Hello, and welcome to the Fathom Entertainment presentation of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, now celebrating its 20th anniversary, believe it or not. This was the fourth entry in the series, and it arrived in theaters in November of 2005, a year and a half after the previous film, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. The bad news is there are no Quidditch matches in this picture. The good news is that we finally come face to face with he who must not be named, Harry's archenemy, Lord Voldemort. In the books, he's described as having slits for eyes, but actor Ralph Fiennes, who won the role, convinced the filmmakers that having eyes would make him more expressive, and he was right. By now, the films had built an enormous following, and so had its fledgling stars, who were 4 years into their decade of servitude to J.K. Rowling's creations. It would be impossible to picture anyone but Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, and Emma Watson as the protagonists of this grand voyage to a densely detailed fantasy world. With each film, audiences were introduced to new characters played by some of the finest actors on the planet. In this case, Ralph Fiennes as Lord Voldemort, and Brendan Gleeson as Mad-Eye Moody, newly appointed teacher of defense against the dark arts. One of the marvels of this series is how well the young actors adjusted to sudden fame in their burgeoning careers. Of course, there were bumps in the road, but evidently they learned a lot from observing and working with the remarkable lineup of British actors who filled the cast of each new movie. And from all accounts, the seasoned veterans treated their adolescent co-stars as colleagues, not as kids. This had a profound effect on everyone. Despite playing so many villains and antisocial characters, Alan Rickman couldn't have been kinder to his castmates, and Gary Oldman forged a real bond with Daniel Radcliffe. Incidentally, I encourage you to pay close attention during the Tri-Wizard tournament that serves as the centerpiece of this movie. If you do, you'll recognize a young Robert Pattinson as one of Harry's competitors, 3 years before he achieved stardom in another film adapted from a series of best-selling books, Twilight. This was the only Potter entry directed by the skillful British filmmaker Mike Newell, whose credits include 4 Weddings and a Funeral and Donnie Brasco. He gave way to another talented Brit, David Yates, for the remaining 4 pictures in the series. You can try to make comparisons to James Bond, Sherlock Holmes, Tarzan, or any number of other fictional characters who were featured in popular movies, but none of them compare to the singular achievement of the Harry Potter films, which were made by the same core team and starred the same 3 children who grew up and matured before our very eyes. We're just at the halfway point, so brace yourselves for the 20th anniversary screening of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, courtesy of Warner Brothers and Fathom Entertainment.